Welcome back to the Pretty Sister podcast. I'm your host, Callie Stoyer, and today we're diving into something special. The first Pretty Sister Pinky Promise of I Am Pretty. Now, this isn't just an affirmation, it's a mindset shift, and one that will help you recognize and embrace your worth, your strength, and your beauty. But let's be real, sometimes struggles with our self-worth go deeper than just beauty. They're tied to our fears of not being enough, maybe feeling alone, or doubting our abilities. So today, we're going to break through those blocks together by focusing on 4 key beliefs that support this promise of I am pretty. The other beliefs are I am enough, I am unique, and I can do it. So if you've ever questioned your worth, your confidence, or your beauty, I promise you this episode is for you. And by the end, we're going to be making a Pretty Sister Pinky Promise together. Let me tell you about the Pretty Sister tradition of this Pretty Sister Pinky Promise. It was actually started as a childhood ritual among my daughters and my nieces. I was so proud. They came up with this seal of the way to seal a commitment with a Pretty Sister shake. They'd interlock their pinky fingers. They would do a side kiss on each cheek, and they would say, I Pretty Sister Pinky Promise, crosses don't count. And what started as a sweet childhood tradition became something so much deeper. It was a way of strengthening their self-worth and building confidence and creating a lifelong sisterhood. Now, this tradition has evolved into a powerful mindset tool that can help all of us shift how we see ourselves and step into confidence, beauty, and self-belief. Let's just break this down into these 4 beliefs, and let's talk about how to actually work through the self-doubts that come up, because I know that they do. And to do this, I'm introducing to you spilling the tea. Yes, you heard that right. We're going to spill the tea, which stands for our thoughts. What are you thinking? What's the belief that's in your head? And then E for emotions. How does that thought make you feel? And A, actions. What do you do or not do because of that emotion? And this technique helps us identify limiting beliefs and flip the script so that we can rewrite our mindset for confidence, joy, and success. First, I am pretty. How do you really feel about this? Let's be real. Let's be honest. When you hear yourself say, I am pretty, what is the first thought that comes up for you? Maybe it's, maybe on a good day, or not as pretty as her, or possibly I don't have the right features or the right body or the right style. How does that thought truly make you feel? I want you to think about that. Are you feeling insecure? Are you feeling unworthy, or like you need to fix something before you can truly believe it? And because of those feelings, what do you then do? Do you critique yourself in every picture? Do you compare yourself to others instead of celebrating your own beauty? I have a challenge for you. I really want you to spill the tea on this one. I want you to write down your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions about feeling pretty. And then rewrite that thought in a way that empowers you. Something like, I am beautiful in my own way, and my beauty is more than skin deep. And you can come up with more ways to rewrite that, and it will be powerful for you. Now next, the thought of I am enough. And this ties back to chapter 1 of the book, Think Pretty, I am enough. And we're going to step through this because I want you to pay attention to what you're thinking. Are you thinking I'm enough if I'll just lose 10 pounds? Then I'll feel good about myself? Or if I were funny or smarter or more successful, then people would like me more? Or maybe you're thinking, I have to work extra hard to be worthy of love. How do those thoughts make you feel? or substitute that with any thought that you might be thinking. But let's write them down. And then how is that making you feel? Does it make you feel like you're constantly chasing approval, that you need to prove your self-worth? Like you can't ever just be yourself and relax? And because of those feelings, whatever they are for you, what do you then do? Do you overcommit yourself by saying yes when you actually mean no? Or maybe you work tirelessly for validation. Possibly you feel guilty when you take the time out for yourself. But here's the truth. If God made you exactly as you are, then you already are enough. So you just need to flip the script and then write down a belief that affirms your worth. And when you think that way, you might be thinking, I don't have to earn my worth. I was born with it. The third one is, I am unique. This is where I want you to identify your true special gifts and talents. This comes from chapter 2 of the book. This is where you might be thinking, well, I don't actually have any special gifts, or she's so much better at this than me, so why even try? Or possibly, I'm just average, nothing special. If you're thinking those thoughts and not recognizing who you really are, how does that make you feel? Do you feel small? Do you feel like you don't belong? Or maybe like you should just fade into the background, and because of those feelings, what do you then do? Are you hiding your talents? Are you possibly staying quiet instead of sharing your ideas, speaking up? Are you missing out on opportunities because you don't actually believe that you have anything truly to offer? So a challenge is to flip this and maybe think something like, I believe that I am a pretty sister. And ask actually a pretty sister what she sees in you, somebody who knows you better, because she will be able to help you identify your special gifts. And then you can say, I have unique gifts and I know that I have things to offer. Chapter 4 is, I believe I can do it. And I want you to think about, are you truly owning your abilities? Do you really know that you were made for all the things that you knew to accomplish in this life? And what are you thinking about that? Are you trusting yourself to be able to do what you need to do? And what would you attempt to do if you knew you couldn't fail? Are you thinking, I'd love to start my own business, but I don't think I'd be successful? Or maybe I'd love to make new friends, but what if they don't like me? Or possibly I've always wanted to try that, but I'd probably mess up. I want you to make a list of things that if you truly believed in yourself, then pick one and take action on it this week. Like this list of things, what would you do if you truly believed? And if you trusted yourself to know that you can handle anything that comes your way. After we've reviewed the beliefs of chapter 1, 2, and 3 of the book, make this promise and say, I pretty sister pinky promise, crosses don't count. And you're saying that to the thought that I believe I am pretty. And that your pretty sisters support you, and that you're capable, and that you are confident, that you are radiant, that you can do what it is that you have come here to do. And I hope, pretty sisters, that this is a good reminder to you that you are all of those things, and that you can step into the truth of who you are, that you are beautiful, strong, worthy. Confidence and self-worth aren't just something we talk about. They're something that we practice. So I want you to promise me you're going to first spill the tea. If any of these 4 beliefs that we've talked about, that I am pretty, I am enough, I am unique, or I can do it, whatever doubts or beliefs or resistance that brought up for you, take the time to work through that. Write down your thoughts. Write down the emotions that come from those thoughts. Write down the actions that then you do, and challenge yourself to flip the script, to rewrite your mindset to what is actually the truth. Now, second, I want you to make this pretty sister pinky promise. Okay, I want you to find a friend, a sister, or even stand in front of the mirror and say it out loud. Say out loud, I believe that I am pretty. I pretty sister pinky promise, and crosses don't count. Okay, it's fun, but if you'll say that with confidence and say it with belief and say it as many times as you need to until it sticks, it is going to help you make a shift. Now, third, I want you to create a ripple effect. If this episode spoke to you, then share it with somebody who needs this message today. Maybe it's a friend who struggles with self-worth, or a sister who could use some encouragement, or even post about it on social media. But I know that together we can rise. And if you loved this conversation, I'd be so grateful if you would take a moment and leave a review on the podcast. Your kind words help so much. They help more women to be able to find this community and help us to start helping them to believe in themselves too, and to grow this Pretty Sisters community. Now, Pretty Sister, you are beautiful. You are enough. You are never alone, and you can do anything. I want you to remember that, and stay pretty. And I'll see you next week on the Pretty Sister podcast.